Hello everyone, welcome to my farm.
So today I'm going to the farm that is located somewhere in Yola, outskirts of town. So this is us driving down the road. We are going outside of Yola, so farewell from Yola, and we'll take our town to the village where the farm is located. It was a bumpy ride. The place was not so bad. The road was pretty accessible, and it's a large farmland. It is a vast land with different farms. We saw onion farm on the way. We saw garden egg farms on the way as well. We saw a little plantation on the way. All of these things are what people farm in this area, and even much more. We're going to be exploring that in this video. Land preparation, the watering, all that you need to know about dry season farming is what we'll be exploring. This is the river that feeds all of the land. Okay, so we'll be crossing over. The river is dry now, but if it was raining season, we would have taken a boat to cross over. So we took a trip across the river to the other end, and this is my plot of land where I am farming for the season. We are exploring dry season farm, and the people here, after the tractor has done harrowing or has cleared the land, then they are now breaking it down into these parts. So this is what the land is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be segmented. They're supposed to create a part. This is baby onion that they just transplanted, and this is what it like. It's such a beautiful thing to behold, honestly, because the way it's done is as if they use ruler to draw it, but no, you saw how they're clearing it. You would see how the lands are being segmented. So here I was just checking out some seedlings, and I was looking at the layout of the plots of land and how, the possibility of other plants, of other things, other crops that we could grow here. We're thinking of adding some garlic and peppers and some other things that you would eventually get to know, that are still in the works. I don't want to blow my trumpet now until everything is ready. So I was just going through it and just taking it in a step at a time. Onion, I know, used to grow around Zaria, Kano, but I didn't know they grew onion in Adamawa State, and apparently it does really well. Sometimes you never know until you try. You have to put in your best. You have to try to see if it would work or not. I decided to come onto the farm today to be able to see things myself, experience things myself. I know my mom used to do dry season farm while I was a lot younger, but I never had interest in it because it was really stressful. But yeah, these are the outlines, and I'll show you guys how they're trying to outline my own property. And I kept asking plenty of questions that I would explain to you at the later part of this video. So please stay tuned to the end, and then let's get going. I decided to stand on my plot and pray over it, because I'm a believer, and I believe that God is the one that blesses everything that we do. So I packed the sand and I prayed over it before they actually start planting or do anything.
This is my dry season farm. I'll be planting potatoes and onions for 2023 dry season session. Who is excited? My name is Habila. I teach investments. I make videos about business, entrepreneurship, and how to make money and invest money, because I love money. Money stops nonsense. So today I came to visit my farm in Yola, and it has been a good one. I am glad that I was able to make these investments, even though it didn't easy. So you guys stay tuned for a detailed video on how dry season farm works here in Nigeria.
So as I explained earlier, every plot has to be outlined and then you have to create water paths for it. So that's what they are doing on my plot.
So dry season farming is mostly engineered by irrigation. You plant and you water through the dam or river, whatever water source you can get, or you can drill boreholes. There are basically two types of farming: the normal rainy season farming and the dry season farming. One of the major challenges of dry season farming would definitely be water, but when it comes to management and ease, I definitely would recommend normal seasonal farming, because to get water, especially when you have to pump with machine, the price of diesel is freaking expensive. So those are major challenges you face. But when it comes to grass, you don't get a lot of grass because the rain is controlled, the water is controlled. And then one of the major challenges that you would get is it requires more strength, it requires more management if you don't water it enough, if you overwater. But the rains actually too you can't control. I personally think that this is a good step to go. I would love to do rice next year, by God's grace. I would love to do more onions. I would love to do more potatoes. I just want to start doing dry season. But for normal seasonal farming, I would stick to my plantation, which is guava plantation. For some of you who do not know, I run an AGRIC investment company, and we are just the work for proper partnership when it comes to our guava plantation is still in the works. Before the first quarter of 2023, it will be out, and for anybody who is willing to invest, would have a proper communication about it. And yeah, that's what's happening. Take you to the borehole and show you what it looks like. The kind of it's not like the borehole that you drill, the normal borehole that nope, this is like a hand drilled borehole. And AGRIC is the best way to go, honestly, because one of the basic necessity of life, in fact the number one, is food. People have to eat. Whether there's transportation or not, people would have to eat. Even if it's once a day, people would have to eat. But the major problem we have with agriculture is management and knowing what type of agriculture to do and all of that. That's the number one problem. This the local borehole is covered. I don't know why they cover it. This is how it's done, and they create a line and just pull up the water somewhere. So let me go down there and see how they pump water. I don't know what farm it is, but I hope they allow me.
So these are the seedlings. You have to plant these like nursery birds or create seedlings for them. This is potato, and the potatoes usually produce really huge big potatoes. So I also saw dry season granite. I never knew people used to plant granite in dry season, but alas, I saw it. Even cassava, they're planting cassava as well. This is how the watering system works. This is a borehole pump, and then you insert it, you on the borehole, and then you put it. Are you seeing the water line I spoke about? And then when you put it like this, you see how the water goes. Alright, the water is actually very clean. I decided to touch it. I actually decided to drink it. It's water from the ground. So this is the path that the water takes, right? Every plot have their water path. There are some that require watering every two days, some every week, so you don't have to water the entire plot of land. That's why every plot that you plant anything must have its own water path. You would see that subsequently in the video. Just stay true to the end. You would really enjoy this because I made sure that everything is everything there. So this one is already a transplanted tomato. We would see a more mature tomato. Are you seeing how it's segmented so that nobody makes mistake on all of the outlining? This is already a growing onion. on the ground, as you can see. And this is the part of the farm where everything like really works and everything is growing and flourishing really well. Most of the seedlings that you plant for dry season farming, they usually have nursery beds. So this is somebody trying to harvest onions from the nursery beds to go and plant. Right, he is harvesting from this nursery bed to go and transplant, and then this how it's done, and then this is like a pre-harvested nursery bed. And this is a growing onion plant. I don't know when they planted this, but you can see. And then this is pepper. This is like green bell pepper or tatashi. I don't know. These are like, those cayenne peppers. And then this is more onions. They are bordered by peppers.
So you guys, I am currently supervising other people's farm, just seeing what's happening. We are seeing garden eggs, peppers, different breeds of peppers, onions, tomatoes, and it's just beautiful how they are pumping, and the water and the greenery, even animals are here. It's just such a beautiful thing, right? Agriculture is beautiful. So this is my visit to the farm.
So sometimes if you don't harvest your nursery beds, they grow. So this is like a fallow land that has not been developed just yet. This is garden eggplant. This is green one. This is the white breed. Everything here just looks beautiful, honestly. Then these are the fertilizers that they use. Yes, they use fertilizers. This is called NPK, and then this is the watering system. Let me take you down on how they also fleet for pests and all of that. Let me take you down to this path where I need you to see the essence of the segmenting, just so that nobody will come and tell you, oh, you overwatered my plant in trying to water your own plant. This is how they've put in the fertilizer for onions. Can you see? Yes, gradually like that. Now look at what this guy is doing. He's breaking forth to one of the segments that they made so that these parts of the onions can be watered, and he's blocking access to the other part. So the water is coming down, you control it, every segment is watered one by one. This is a lot of work, but people are already used to it. Like I mentioned earlier, you need to be very careful. That's why almost everybody has his own borehole drilled. It's not so expensive to drill a borehole around here. And yes, I hope you learned a thing or two about dry season farming. See you guys in my next video.